Well, good evening. Good evening. Let me get a one if you can hear me, please. Let me see. Scroll on down so I can see if. All right, now Divested Peace says she can hear me. Colette de Jour says she can hear me. Y'all say y'all can hear me. Mother Q, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. All you ladies are fucking wonderful. You're amazing, right? There's so much going on in the YouTube streets and so much going on in the world. Snapple Apple's here, Aaliyah's here. We got Divested Nor in the building, Religion Free, aka Eve is here. All right, we got Dominique Mitchell in this motherfucker. Ladies, I love y'all. There's, I've said so much. I've said so much. All of it's been true, and it continues to happen over and over again. I'm really thankful when I see you guys come back because there's no guarantee with the community that you come from. If you're still dealing with them, that you'll make it back, right? There's a lot of murder, a lot of robberies, a lot of R word, sexual assault, robberies, all that shit. And a lot of it, a good majority of it, with black women, damn near 100% of it, is done to them by a black male. Okay. There was a hot topic this week, and I need to share my screen with you real quick so I can go ahead and get my shit starters all the way squared away. Because when there's no smoke going on, they seem to like to make up shit tell motherfuckers is copying other people or whatever. Let me go ahead and entertain the shit starters. I want y'all to look at the date of that email. When you share your screen, stupid ass bitches, right? And you show people's names, it's called doxing. I don't give a damn if it's their nickname, right? If their name has not been shared by them to the public, that's doxing. There's levels to it. I will give you that. There's levels to it. You know, all the way up to and including I've seen people's social security numbers running around these YouTube streets. Is it that serious? Ladies, protect yourself virtually. Protect yourself in real life. Protect yourself at all times. Don't just go around trusting any old body. Make friends, acquaintances, associates, and all that good shit. But be very careful because you never know what can happen. The reason I'm showing this particular email is because someone's going to say, oh my God, DZ is copying this person, that person, or whatever. At 10:04 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, by the way, that's when I received this motherfucking video that we fixing to go over. All right. That's when I receive it. So let's go ahead and get all the way into the video. Had to put that out there. You know, every now and then I'll entertain the shit starters because they be making shit up as they go. And some of it don't make no sense. Let's go.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're going to be like one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this shit and be like, black men this, black men that, I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
So, ladies, what do you think he represents? The majority, the lion's share of black men, or he's just one of the bad apples? If you listen to folks tell you out here on these YouTube streets, he's just one of the bad apples. But here's the deal: the stats say differently. The infanticide rate says differently. The femicide rate says differently. The single mother rate says differently. The domestic violent rate says differently. So when you try to sell that a motherfucker like this is in the minority, you got me all the way fucked up. Okay? After they've told you this, not with their mouth. This nigga said it with his mouth. And a lot of them said it with their mouth. But after they told you this with the results, what you see it out here in your community. How many other ways can they show you that they hate you and your children? You're a piece of ass, a couch to sleep on, a shoulder to cry on, some money to get, right? 3 holes to screw. What do you not get about that shit? It takes some bold ass motherfucking nuts to tell you to your face, I can't stand you, nor your children. Now open up your fucking legs. You want to know why they do that? Because you're going to do it. Make no mistake about it. The nigga that y'all just saw up here, he can get an 8th baby mama tonight if he wanted to. Aaliyah?
Hey, see, first things first, we're divestors, so I'm assuming you came here for the uncut version of our commentary. So if your ears are sensitive and swearing hurts your feelings, you may want to click off now. We're adults. Oh, we are adults over here, and this is not a Bible study group. I'm tired of hearing the complaining and the whining. Okay, just make my day and go somewhere else already. Now, having said that, I hate it when people spew inaccurate bullshit because Plan B is not an abortion pill. So I don't think he really needed to refer to it in this context. Hell, if those 7 women had used Plan B, those 7 kids wouldn't be here. Plan B is emergency contraception. It doesn't terminate a pregnancy. It prevents a pregnancy from even occurring when you take it within 72 hours after intercourse. It's a progesterone blocker and it's
Aaliyah,
meant.
seriously,
Hold up,
Aaliyah, did you think
I'm
did
going
you think he
somewhere.
was gonna know that shit?
Hold
Come
up.
on now. Did you
I'm
think
going
he was
somewhere.
gonna
I'm
know
going
that?
somewhere with this.
God damn, I know you don't think he's smart like that.
I'm going somewhere with this because all of it's going to link together. Because Black women need to really be paying attention to what is going on in the world and why you have motherfuckers talking like this. It is meant to stop the sperm from fertilizing with the egg so that there is no baby to start with. Now, why is that important? Mifepristone is an abortion pill that terminates pregnancy in a lot of states, and I just found this out, where abortion is still legal, especially the red states. They have banned it. Walgreens have pulled it from their shelves and will no longer sell it. And that came straight from the Attorney General's office. Now, why is that relevant to this conversation? Number one, people feel like they have the moral and legal right to legislate our reproductive systems, which I agree with to a point. On the other hand, if we say legally mandated vasectomy should be strictly enforced for motherfuckers like this who recklessly release their sperm with no regard for the lives they could potentially create, people get their panties stuck in their asses. And I'm telling you this for a reason now, because now is the time for you to smarten up now more than ever. They're not playing with you anymore, Black women. And I'm talking to you specifically. This is where we are now. How many times have we told you that these men don't like you? These men don't want these children and they don't want to be fathers. They're finally admitting it in the loudest way possible and daring you to act like you don't like it. They're calling your bluff again, Black women. They're giving it to you straight. They're giving it to you straight, and they're letting you know if you still choose to fuck me after this, that's your fault. And any children that come as a result is on you too. Don't look to me for shit. You were good enough to fuck, and that's about it. And you can't get any clearer than that. He's telling you to your face that he got you cheap and easy when he didn't have to give you anything but the bare minimum, and you still gave him your body. Yet another lesson we've been trying to give you. You require nothing, so you get nothing. And coming from the men who have the absolute least to offer, his sick dick ass should have never been this audacious. And where are your unicorns to put this fuck nigga in his place? They're sitting back silently agreeing with him because they feel the same way he does. They just have more tact than to say it out loud. That's why we say hashtag all, because it's all of these motherfuckers. And we don't give a damn how you feel about it when he can sit on his ass and say it and you admire him for his honesty. But we can say it. People want to argue with it though. The one thing he said that I do agree with is no matter what we say about him, Black women still won't give a shit and are still gonna fuck him. They sure sure as hell are. He already found 7 of them to do it, and he'll find 7 more, because it's always a dumbass bitch sitting around right now as we speak talking about, at least he being honest. Yeah, he being honest. And the question is, what are any of you going to do about it? The answer is absolutely nothing. You aren't going anywhere, and they know that at this point. This is why somebody who looks like him can even have the nerve to get up on a public platform and run his mouth like this when he needs to be running a fucking treadmill instead.
Child. He probably in the middle of making a fucking baby right now. Mammies are so motherfucking dick thirsty, y'all. It doesn't matter. Their first choice is black men. You already know that. First choice. But any dick will do. The update for the Savages real quick before I get to Snapple. Savages, our conversation from Sunday, that's going to be uploaded tonight. I don't want y'all to think it's not, going to be up there and that you missed it or what have you. So I just wanted to let you know it'll be up late tonight after I get off of Discord. Okay, that was the update for that. Yeah, we went on ahead and put it out there that you shouldn't be following anybody that's dusty. They're walking these YouTube streets acting a damn fool. Anyway, go ahead, Snapple.
Yeah, homeboy in that too small blue hoodie, like that was distracting me because the hoodie was too small. But yeah, let's focus on him for a minute. I think that he's disease ridden, obviously, and being very disgusting, reckless. And I don't think he's telling these women that he has all these kids. I think he's running game so he could try to get some coochie. And that's what they always do too. But again, he could be honest, and then the mammies are kind of dumb and they still do it anyway. But I think he's a disgusting, vile piece of shit. And I saw this video circulating on social media, and I did see the comment section from the community, and they were saying, like Aaliyah said, oh, at least he's being honest and all this dumbass shit. And it's like, what?
Those are the type of bitches that are still fucking, okay?
Yeah.
They don't, all you have to do is inhale and exhale as a black man, and you can get you some black coochie, okay? You can make a brand new Star Crunch out of one of these bitches. It just is what it is. And I am so tired of running around with your aesthetic because you have made us a foregone conclusion. Motherfuckers get real confused when they get around me in public when I'm running my errands or whatever, because I don't acknowledge them. I don't look at them. I don't speak to them. No, you go first, homeboy type of shit. I don't have time for it. Tired of being mistaken for you. You are so easy that it's embarrassing that to people that don't even deal with black males. Okay. You know who you are. You're the one that they say, well, everything else failed. My white wife divorced me. I done got put out the NBA, lost my job. I guess we can settle down. I guess. And then you willing to wait 20 more goddamn years for a proposal. On top of that, he has no money. On top of that, he has obligations that if you do indeed marry him, you're going to be on the hook for. Huh? Oh, you didn't know if you marry somebody that's on child support, if he gets behind, they can take both your tax returns? You didn't know that? What's going on, Miss Kyra?
Good evening, ladies. Not only can they take your
she fell off again. StreamYards be playing in Kyra's face. Hi, Ebony. How are you?
It's called a vasectomy. Okay, and I'm really kind of getting tired of everybody's just kind of letting this happen. And like I said, I even think Zaddy needs to get on these fools and mandate them. I'm done. And you know what's going to happen to those poor damn kids. So here's the thing. This is just genocide. That's all it is. I don't want them damn kids. Then you don't need to fuck anybody. If you are you haven't been on the treadmill. You probably have no money either. And you're probably stupid sperm. So yeah. I'm
100%. Fuck. Look, Ebony, you being too nice. All these niggas are trash. Their cum is poverty serum. If you want to be instantly poor, just look it up.
There you go.
The greatest indicator of fucking poverty for black
Poverty serum,
women
yes.
is having a baby with a black male. Look it up. Do your research. Nobody has to be hyperbolic. If you want to be poor, if you want to struggle, give one of these niggas a baby. That you'll get your ticket in instantly.
I saw that as a teenager. You get with a black dude, you had a baby, that you poor. That you know, and then the more babies you have, the poorer you get. That, you know, I'm sorry.
Hey, DZ.
Welcome back. StreamYards be fucking you over, Kyra.
I know. I wanted to say not only can they take your tax return if you're stupid enough to marry one of them, but guess what? The baby mama, because you know when you get married, you have communal property, so she can file to have her child support amount reassessed to include your income. So instead of him having to pay, I don't know, $200 a month, well, with your income factored, now she's getting $600 a month. They can do that because you know when you get married, it's communal property. And you know, on your last live where you were showing those siblings inadvertently marrying each other, what do you think the chances of that grape's children inadvertently sleeping together?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's happening. Everybody's not on social media, so it's happening, and they're not reporting it as well. I hope you don't think those were the only two cases that ever existed. It's happened several times before. Okay, if you're wondering who the fuck this is on the screen, this is a robber from Maryland. Everybody can get it, right? The moral of the story is this: don't chance any black man. Stay your motherfucking ass away from them. Little girls can get it, adults can get it, white folk can get it, everybody can get it. Nobody's off limits to a fucking nigger. So this motherfucker right here, robbed the Girl Scouts sitting outside of a Safeway selling cookies. His name is
The
Gerard.
Girl Scouts.
Baby.
Oh man.
Why all of them got this shit on top of their head looking a fucking mess? Is it mess? All these motherfuckers starting to look alike. All of them got this shit on their head and all of them looking sick as hell.
Imagine being 7 years old and you just with your little troop selling your thin mints and all that shit there, and then this thing with a tarantula sitting on top of his fucking head looking like it's trying to come off. Point a gun at you and your troop. Give it up. How much money was in that box? I mean, the amount is not small enough. What, a gun? Really?
Do they not have, is there no bottom for these things? So now y'all are robbing kids who are out selling cookies. I mean, goddamn, can anybody do anything normal the way they used to without having to be bothered with you, motherfucker? Can we do anything now? I just want to know.
When I got this story, y'all, it was like, well, I can't do this. I can't. I thought y'all said y'all cared about little girls, cause fuck them hoes, right? Yeah, fuck them hoes.
You can't sell cookies. You can't work. You can't go to the park. You can't go to church. You can't do anything.
You can't go to the supermarket, not even Walmart.
No, even Walmart. You can't even do that. Nope.
Can't go to the movie theater either.
Nope.
You can't do a goddamn thing around a nigga, but you still have people pushing black love. How can you love this person right here? How if you find out over dinner that you paid for, by the way? This motherfucker has a robbing children at gunpoint. How do you love him? I mean, because you make no mistake about it, black women will give this motherfucker a chance, just like they would that nigga that we just talked about with the 7 baby mamas. Nobody's off the table. I've seen black women voluntarily be delusional, saying clearly ugly niggas was finer than a motherfucker. Well, at least he got this. Yeah. I can't with these motherfuckers. But like I said, anybody can get it. Do y'all remember this hot, funky, fishy ass mess right here?
He looks like a teddy bear.
Yep.
Big Lotso.
Yeah, they was bragging about her getting with him. That's Honey Boo Boo, all grown up. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah.
I wish that was true, because she's still a fucking minor, right? I wish she had grown up. She been with this motherfucker since she was 15 years old. He was an adult at the time as well. Well, what happened here, Hunty Boo Boo? Right? At the gas station in Monroe County, Georgia, They were parked, and the cop was like, let me run this tag real quick because, something looked a little stank over there. Ran the goddamn tag, found out that this nigga got a warrant. His name is Draylon Carswell, I believe. That's her man. Okay. He didn't want to be pulled the fuck over after he came out of the gas station. Mind you, he's sloppy fucking drunk. Okay. Sends the police on a high-speed chase. Y'all, Honey Boo Boo was in the passenger seat. On top of that, they had the pit maneuver. Let me tell y'all where I'm going with all of this. Every scenario, whether you're selling Girl Scout cookies, right? Whether you just looking for a black man who happens to, have a little bit of his shit together, right? There's no scenario that you can think of that you can set this shit up in a nice way. Whenever you're into black men, you're into tragedy. You're into tragedy. Okay. Fortunately, she wasn't hurt. If she was, oh, fucking well. Okay. Her mama ain't worth a shit either. This is him in his mugshot. Isn't he gorgeous? Isn't he fucking beautiful? Snapper, what you got?
He looks like he bites people just from that mugshot. But yeah, oh my goodness, not Honey Boo Boo child. It's been a little minute since I seen her. I don't know. I'm not surprised. I don't know. She mud sharking it. I mean, listen, I wish her the best, I guess. Water is wet.
I'm not gonna say that on here. I'll say that later. Hey,
But
Kyra,
honey,
what you got?
now Honey Boo Boo, remember, if you hear this, we have a strict no return policy for any cicadas taken out of the black community.
Yeah.
You get to keep him. You can trade him to another Becky, but you can't send him back here. No return policy.
I agree. I second that.
It's the cardiovascular disease for me on both of them. They look like two tits together. Okay? They look like cleavage around this bitch. Her neck looks like a Kroger shopping bag.
What neck?
The fuck? Well, I guess where the neck's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Right? This shit is.
They're finding out what we've known all along, and I feel no ways about it whatsoever.
That's why the title of this stream is "Let It Happen." Let it happen, y'all. This technically ain't none of our business. The dude with the 7 baby mamas, Honey Boo Boo and her goddamn Dusty, and this shit right here, all over the world. This is in the UK. Do y'all recognize these two faces here? Just want to do a little poll real quick.
Is that Adele?
Nah.
No.
But she is from the UK.
She got one too. Yeah, she got one too.
This one's from the UK, so you got that part right. Believe it or not, the nigga on the right, he's also a UK citizen. Okay, the lady on the left, this is sad. She's British aristocracy, okay? Her family has a huge tie to the royal family in Britain. Nigga on the right, his name is Mark Gordon. Again, he's also a British citizen. But here's the deal. He spent some time in Broward County, Florida, before he got with this aristocrat. Because, where do you go from being an aristocrat? To a naker, of course. But let's go back to Florida real quick. This nigga right here was in Broward County, Florida. Let me show you him in Broward County, Florida. Excuse me. Is he a sex offender in Florida? Status deported? What is wrong with y'all? What's the matter with you guys? I do not fucking get it. How this motherfucker was able to pull an aristocrat, I have no idea. I guess maybe they are the most desired. I don't fucking know. But again, let it happen. Let it the fuck happen, because how this woman's life ended up, you don't want no parts of that shit. Trust me. Okay? So with Mark Gordon, he went to Florida and R-worded a mother in front of her children, right? Kidnapped her, sexually assaulted her, all that shit that they're known for. After he did his 10 years, America deported him back to Britain. Well, when he got back to Britain, he got with her. Now check it out. She did what mammies do. I guess she's a whammy. Had a baby by this motherfucker. Where's the baby? They both went absconded. Her family reported her missing. They was looking for the baby as well. So to go ahead and stay away from her family, her and him blended into the homeless population. An aristocrat is in the homeless population, y'all, and blended in well. You got to know that your boyfriend is really, really fucked the fuck up when y'all could easily slide into the homeless population and nobody knows where the fuck, don't know any different. Okay, so again, like I said, there's the stroller. Where's the baby? Well, the baby's corpse was found by her burning vehicle. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I'm in no way saying that you ain't worth the shit. I'm not. If they're preferred women, how do you get, in a black man's eyes, how do you get better than a white aristocrat, right? How do you get better there? Because you already know that they don't like you. If a white woman aristocrat ended up in the same position as Sheila did, what do you think is going to happen with you? Snapple.
And this is why I don't get the black women who get so upset about not being a so-called preference, or they get so focused on who they chose. It's like, you know, girl, you should be glad they didn't choose you or another black woman, because that's what the fate is. It's just poverty. It's pain, it's disease, it's abuse, it's unaliving. Like, just stop giving a fuck. Let them go. Let it happen. Because look what happens.
Look, y'all,
Nobody should ever get with them. It doesn't matter how much he has or doesn't have. They're all trash. Okay? I mean, you're gonna end up sick, broke, pregnant, dead, beat up. I mean, on drugs. I mean, really?
this
An
woman
aristocrat did this?
honey, this woman, her name is Constance Martin. She grew up in a palace, y'all. And excuse me, he did 20 years, not 10. Okay? She grew up in a palace. How many women do you know grew up in a damn palace?
I mean, this is what happens when you have royalty slumming with the commoners. I mean, that's basically what she did. And it's like, even it ain't even so much about picking a commoner. Look at what the fuck she went and got. You mean to tell me this was the best you could come up with? But this is a classic case of you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like, what? Why in the fuck is somebody in your position even looking twice at something that looks like that? He looks a mess. Like, I just don't get it. I'll never understand it. But again, this is just more Becky fucking around and finding out. But hey, they black women, they just said we was just hating and jealous of them all this time. Y'all just mad because we took y'all men. Ain't that what y'all was saying? Well, I'ma stay mad that y'all took our men and y'all keep right on taking them up out of here. You will not hear no complaints or objections from me.
I'm sorry, Aaliyah. She could have called Interpol, and they would have pulled up his whole dossier. They could have pulled up everything. So she had a way of knowing.
You have to care enough to do. She probably didn't do any of that. She didn't try to do no vetting, due diligence, background checks, see who he is. I'm surprised her family didn't do all of that, because usually when you come from families like that, and when you show up with one of these things, they really want to find out who the fuck this person is and where the fuck this person came from. So I'm surprised they actually. Well, maybe that's why she was out on the street pretending to be homeless with him, because they probably disowned her ass. I'm just guessing. But I'm surprised they didn't have him look into him and see exactly who the fuck he was. Because first thing they usually do is like, let's do a background check or something.
These bitches don't give a fuck. Go ahead, Kyra, my bad.
No, my bad. Please, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
They don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers, y'all, Nicki Minaj married. Look at who she married. That boy got a record too. Period. They don't give a fuck. All it has to do is be black and male. And
yeah, but you expect that from well-off black women, though. I mean, come on now. You really, but they're beginning to have the same type of behavior, because, like we were just saying, Adele is another classic example. They're actually showing the same type of mammy behavior even being as accomplished as they are, they're reaching back, getting the dregs of society. Like, it makes no sense. But again, like I said, come do your job, Becky. I'm not mad. It
Yes,
is what it is.
let the shit happen. You got folks around here that's, they basically have the black man come home channel. Look at what Becky do to you. Look at how your life end up when Becky get with you. You should just come on home. Look, you don't want none of that smoke. Let them go. Nobody's faring well with them. Not regular white girls, not rich black girls, not even motherfuckers that got connection to the British royal family are doing any better with them. What makes you think? Right? Y'all always talking about vetting, always talking about looking at people's history and all that type of shit. But when it comes to the black male, all that shit goes up out of the window. Why? Even when you see it's costing women their lives. The last person you should toss that out the window with is a naker. Point blank, period. Those motherfuckers are crazy. They have nothing to lose. I'm sorry. Mimi, welcome to the panel, ma'am. Sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, I'm gonna put you back in the back.
Oh no, it's fine. Hi, Date DZ. Hi, ladies of the panel. Hi, ladies in the chat.
How are you?
I want to send a shout out to Seashell talking about Boo Boo is the doo doo. Shout out to her on that one. But Honey Boo Boo, her mom ain't no big different because
she married. She got with a sex offender. I told you her mama ain't worth a fuck.
Exactly.
Her mama ain't worth a goddamn. Her mother doesn't even have custody of her. Honey Boo Boo is 17. Okay, her family member has custody of her. She's not with her mom any motherfucking more. This is a hot ass fucking mess. Everything in between. How do you go from what? Just regular folks all the way to rich folks, all the way to British royal family, and nobody's faring well with these motherfucking niggas, and you still talking about not all. You not all motherfuckers starting to look crazy. Go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, it's fine. And then we got this aristocrat. This is an ID channel type of episode where how the hell did they even collide as far as social status? Somehow, some way, he had to, just the based on her look, she's not a 120-pound woman. So he might have like fed into that and like gassed her up on somehow, some way. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out, but I can understand why ID might want to pick up this story.
You'll hear about it. From what I understand, the British citizens said this has been a hot topic over there. And we got some people from Britain, behind the wall. When I tell y'all it's all over, y'all, that dust is world fucking wide. You're not going to be able to diaspora your way out of dust just because you've never been out of America or dated anyone that was outside of America. They are just as dusty. They just have different accents, baby. They're sex offenders. They're all there. They have a different cuisine. They on a different time zone. That's the only difference. But at the end of the day, it's pure fucking dust. Okay?
I'm really worried that Adele is gonna be a real mess when he's done with her.
Let it happen.
Ooh, honey.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
Adele is already Adele is already having symptoms of mental issues before she even kind of like intertwined with him. So for him to come in at her vulnerability, it's gonna come out.
Fuck him.
Adele was already missing and canceling all kind of dates and stuff. She couldn't even get her ass on stage and perform, concerned about him and what he was doing. I said, that's not the behavior that we've seen Black women going through all this time, where they can't even work. They too busy worrying about what the fuck he doing and who he with, shit like that. See, like I said, I've seen this shit play out time and time again in the community that we grew up in. So when I see this shit in these other groups of women, again, I just sit down and cross my legs. I feel no ways. I'm sorry.
She's pulling a Lauryn Hill.
Sit this shit out. Stop getting upset when they get with others. The others are not faring any better. And what the fuck are you? Why do you care? Why do you want them back? Why? It's still people around here making cases for these niggas to so-called come back home. What's coming back? You remember what we talked about, right? The company you keep and these social goddamn judgments that's coming down the pike. You don't want them to come back. You want to be as distant from niggas as you got. I mean, get the fuck on. Put as much distance between you and a nigga as you can. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. This shit is, it seems like it explains itself to me, but hey, you got people up here talking about the 7 baby mamas. They letting content creators that's in the very same situation talk about the shit and then lecture you on it. This is a dystopia. Okay, YouTube is a literal dystopia. I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. Let's keep going. Lord. Everywhere. Do y'all remember this couple? Do y'all remember
Yes.
this? Do y'all?
No.
Yes, I remember.
I don't.
That's the one with the BBL, right?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because I need to show y'all. Y'all know that big booty nigga that I be playing sometime? That
The
be
one
walking
down
around?
was the bow-legged one that's switching.
Yes.
Yes, that's him. Let me put it up
Lord
here.
have mercy.
That's him. Let's go.
They'll never heard of me, but they will, because I come to complete the assignment. It wasn't there.
Ew. Ew.
So yeah, that was him. Whenever I play that, it's the dude on the right. Right? Y'all remember this couple was supposed to get married in September, right? He broke it off to marry a dude, right? Not only marry a dude, on the same day he was supposed to marry her. That's him on the left. Huh? That's him on the left. Well, it didn't work out there either. Ain't nobody faring well with niggas, not even other niggas. Okay? Because he left him for the goddamn landlord. Huh? I can't do this shit. Nobody has good outcomes with these people. And I don't know
Y'all
what.
men.
Yes. The fuck?
This y'all men, black women. That's all I got to say.
Kyra, I
Hell
know
no.
you can
He
eat
need a
this shit
place
up.
to stay. That's what he was messing with the landlord. He needed a place to stay. Like,
That woman that was engaged to him, she takes the biggest L. Cause I don't know what the fuck. How you with somebody with bigger hips and ass than you? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I can't.
It
She
gets
takes
worse.
she
Go
takes
ahead.
even a bigger L because she was pregnant when they were engaged.
Absolutely. They have a
Ugh.
baby together.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh my, I am appalled.
How your
now
baby
you know
daddy?
the signs was there. The red signs was there. The red flags. Even probably when they was intimate, she probably sensed that he was more feminine than
Wait a minute.
she
Wait a minute.
was.
Let me tell you about a red flag. Let me tell you what a red flag is. It's the way he holds his wrist. The BBL. I mean, come on. He had the BBL in that goddamn picture. She wasn't looking for no red flags. I told you all they have to do is be black and male. Okay? I'm just go ahead, Kyra. I'm done.
Well, there's so many things going on with this. First of all, they like to lambaste black women for wanting a man who has something going for himself. But look at this dude, hypergamous as a motherfucker. He got the landlord. He doesn't have to pay rent. And he's going to be able to sit pretty living off of your rental checks. But you, Keisha, you need to be dating the hobosexual on the streets.
Mm. I don't know what folks ain't getting. You can call us extreme all you want to, but y'all's STD rates are looking real bad because y'all men, they love sucking dick down to the base. I'm sorry, they do. Okay, any given situation, as long as somebody won't find out, depending on the nigga, he's gonna suck the dick down to the base. Your men, believe it or not, are just as dick dizzy as you are. Okay, maybe that's why y'all, I don't want to say you get along because he be knocking your teeth out, but y'all got a lot in common. Both of you are dick dizzy as fuck. How do you let a nigga with a BBL get you pregnant?
Oh God.
Cause so it was so she could wave her hand with the ring and be like, "I's married now. It don't matter the status or sexuality. I'm
Well,
married.
she's a fool now.
I
Well,
got a
you
piece of a man. Y'all can't tell me nothing." Huh.
well,
Let's
you
not
also know.
forget. Let's not forget the side dude, all excited because he
Mimi.
left her for the.
Okay, Mimi can't hear me. Go ahead, Kyra.
Oh, I was going to say, don't forget the religious indoctrination in these black churches. You could pray that away. All you need to do is turn it over to the Lord, and He'll make it all right. Isn't that what they push on black women? They know these men are flaming, shall we say. But you can just pray it away, ignore it.
Black men remind me of paramecium or some type of amoeba. They just kind of destroy everything in their path. It's an amoeba. They bring everything down. They just just engulf and engorge on everything they see. That's why they have to keep black women in their place, because basically we can't have you bitches being hypergamous. Who do you think you are?
They want to be hypergamous, just like
Exactly.
They are the real gold diggers. If you into men with money, you're not gonna be into black men, no way. You'd have to be a copper miner, okay, not a gold digger. You'd have to be a copper miner, and they just don't have it going on. Hey, Nefertiti, how you doing?
Hey, DZ. Hey, ladies. I finally got home from work, but yeah, no, you guys saw my opinion on the British aristocracy. That's a damn shame. Another unfortunate graduate. But anyway, this is all a whole ass mess. I am with you, Shop CE. Whoever's out there, I'm ready. Like, there's no way. This is a damn shame. But I mean, are we surprised though? Like, it's a shame, but like, are we really surprised? I really kind of want to know how he got to her. I thought, they just had too much money for that. That's just wild.
DZ, I'm going to have to push back a little against something you said. Copper's actually a valuable metal. I mean, not as valuable as gold, but it's still too valuable to equate to nacres. Maybe like a dirt mine or something, or maybe a sulfur mine is more apt to describe their value.
Let's just go with dirt cookies. You can't push back on dirt cookies because
mud cookie. Woohoo!
They actually feeding their children that in certain parts of black countries. Mud cookies. So yeah, you'd have to be a mud cookie baker. Fuck, do you bake those shits? I don't know. I have no clue. Let me put my banner up here real quick so I can see who's knocking at the front door. True gal, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty. Hi, panel. Hi, DZ. How are you guys doing?
We're fucking amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So I just wanted to make a comment about the first one, and it ties into these other ones with the guy with 7 kids. Black women, black men in particular, the only thing they have to offer to society is their juice. I don't know how else to say that. Their
poverty serum.
Yes, ma'am. And that for them is how they drive change. Like single parenthood, the rise of the HIV in our community, like that's all they have to give.
That's not your community anymore. I'm not claiming these motherfuckers. I'm done with them in their community. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm done with niggas altogether. And that includes the nigga bitches. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, yep. I want to call them mammies, but I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to. But yes. Yeah, I completely agree. Absolutely. Yeah. I was thinking about it and I was just like, if you follow the money, like who benefits from them having like illegitimate children or people being diagnosed with sicknesses due to them sleeping around with all these other people? The medical industry, you know what I'm saying? Like it just, to me, I'm like, that's the only impact that they have on society is like making people sick or causing people to struggle. And I just, when I saw that 7 kids, I was like, do you realize like what you just did right there?
But he's not an anomaly. True girl, he's not an anomaly. There's tons of black dudes that have at least 4 baby mamas. This ain't new. He is not an anomaly.
No, you're definitely right. But yeah, so that was my comment. And just black women, stay away. Like don't be their only resource, because
how do you think we get headlines like this? Out of all the stuff we just showed, how do you think we get headlines like this? You can go look at it if you want to. Guess who's the majority of those cases? Do I have to tell you? Do I have to tell you who's the lion's share of those cases? That's those so-called cute little motherfuckers that y'all claim That's all babies are a blessing. You better not kiss his forehead. How about that part? Before your goddamn lips fall off your motherfucking face. These y'all don't want these kids. Y'all just
Damn,
trying to
DZ.
just keeping it real with you. Would you kiss their baby on the cheek?
No.
Hell no.
You say no at the same time. I'm mad.
Well, the thing is, if it's a missing link that was born, look, I avoid wild animals at all as much as I possibly can. So I'm not going to get close to a missing link.
That is what it is, y'all. I know y'all don't like the numbers. Go ahead, Aaliyah. I'm sorry.
This is my area here. This is what I do. And when I saw this, I thought about it. I guess the bed wench CNA wins again, because how long ago did I talk about this? We were talking about this shit when everybody was running back to their channels and discourse talking about there's no way I am who I say I am. And now you see it was true. The same thing was happening in Georgia, the rise of congenital syphilis. But you needed an article to tell you that. But what they're not going to do is give you the real truth about why this is happening, starting with the fact that Mississippi has no laws on the books to even govern STD testing during pregnancy, while several states do. Georgia being one of them. You're supposed to be tested, just so you know, Black women, because I tried to tell you the protocol before. You're supposed to be tested twice during your pregnancy, once in the beginning and then again in the final trimester. They have to do it in enough time for you to receive adequate treatment prior to delivery in case you do have it. This is not a game. They can't give you one of the cyclines or a cyclovir. They have to give you penicillin, even if you are allergic. If you're pregnant, that's what you're getting. And they need to make sure you have enough time to become desensitized to it. So they will give it to you in small doses until your body builds up a tolerance for it. But those other meds will damage your baby's bones and teeth and cause other physical abnormalities. I talked about this. They can't do that. But the reason this keeps on happening is two reasons. Number one, because nobody's getting in these doctors' asses about this testing and threatening to sanction, suspend, or revoke some of these licenses, because syphilis is a major reported disease. I don't give a fuck where you live in this country. It is highly infectious. And once those spirochetes get a hold of your ass, they corkscrew their way down in and they will not let up. They will burrow themselves into your heart, your brain, behind your eyes, which is why it causes irreversible blindness and everywhere else until you treat it properly. And once you test positive for it, you will test positive for life, even after treatment. And if that makes your flesh crawl, that's good. Because imagine what the infant is going through being born full of those damn things, because the mother was too busy living her best life and probably told an old bitch like me to fuck off, although I'm not that old. And number two, a lot of Black women are uninsured or underinsured, and they're not seeking any prenatal care at all. See, nobody wants to address any of that, because then you get embarrassed, particularly when it's time to answer these questions about your sexual history. So you're afraid to tell people like me about your boyfriends, because then I have to look up his diagnosis date and find out that he's known all along and gave it to you anyway. Or he's either bi and or married, and his wife and or current girlfriend has no idea either. And see, that's when you really get embarrassed. Well, don't get embarrassed, Black women. Do better. And then you want to try to hop on here and lecture me about slut shaming when I say to stop fucking so much. I'm sorry if your mothers and grandmothers never told you the truth, nor have you heard any cuss words outside of Black men and hip hop music, because you sure as hell don't give a fuck if he curses. You just jump up and shake your ass to that. See, this is why I'm not gonna coddle you younger ones, especially. I don't give a fuck what the BWE bitches say. When we spoke on abstinence and celibacy, they told us those ideas were not realistic, it was old and antiquated, and that we needed to upgrade our chips. No, ma'am. Y'all need to stop trying to tell everybody that, that's trying to tell you something about life, that they're just jealous that you're living your best life. Guess what? You can live your best life, but there's also consequences while you're out here living your best life if you're not careful. So instead of running around talking about old bitches are just hating on me, trust and believe, honey, I wouldn't trade places with one of you mammies or pick me's if somebody paid me to. Of that, I am certain. This community has nothing I want, and neither do they, especially by way of a Black man. I don't give a fuck where he's from or what continent. I am telling you without equivocation, he is the source of a lot of y'all's pain and trauma. That is a fact. It is not an opinion. I see it every day. While these bitches want to protect the Black man's image online, I'm constantly wiping away the real tears of real women who are suffering because they didn't want to listen. Believe that. And this is yet another reason why DZ's brand of divestment speaks to me, because it leaves no room to play around with Black men. We state the problem and we cut it out of our lives like you're supposed to do with any type of cancer. Nobody has time for this. This is an emergency situation that calls for extreme measures. And I mean that. But you keep right on listening to women lecture you about your femininity and how to wear your hair and how to lose weight and go to a bar and country club to catch a high value man like they've seen Pretty Woman way too many goddamn times, and see where that delusional bullshit gets you. This is the advice you would rather have, and I'm okay with that. Just know that we'll be here when you got off the yellow brick road and you're ready to leave Emerald City.
Aaliyah.
And the sad thing,
not Aaliyah educating the girls. I thought this was a beef channel. Am I lost? Because I thought
Yeah, see, my
my
thing is because they're quick to tell DZ and I what we both do for a living. So the word on the street is that we are CNAs, even though we were educating about this shit last year or early last year, and they tried to hijack the fucking topic and run off with it. But these, when it came to monkeypox, we discussed this. When it came to any of these other disease, STDs and diseases that was harming Black women, we discussed this. This was shit we was already talking about. But again, we didn't know what we were talking about. And then boom, articles like this show up. And I'm just telling these women what you need to do. If y'all want these numbers to go down, this is what you need to do. If you're pregnant and you go to your doctor, this is what you need to talk to your doctor about. Because these babies are being born fucked up, and there's no reason congenital syphilis should be this high in these babies if you're being tested like you're supposed to be during your pregnancy. Get that shit together. I don't know why they feel like we got to coddle them. Black women, get this shit together and do better. It's ridiculous.
Well, there was a time, Aaliyah.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. Hold on 1 second, Ebony. Here's the deal. Why is your best life fucking niggas? You talking about you living your best life. How the fuck is that your best life? You ain't got nothing else going on knowing how fucked up these niggas are. You living your best life, and it includes, let me tell you who you end up going to though after you live your best life. Those prude ass motherfuckers that's all stuck up and slut shaming and that type of shit. Motherfuckers with white lab jackets on and stuff like that, and you telling me where the good vein is so I can go ahead and get that part. I just had to put that out there because you prude and don't know nothing until they end up at the office with a sad look on their face. They worried, disgusted, got goddamn anxiety, don't know what's going to happen. Hey, it is what it is. But this came from your best life though, huh? Go ahead, Ebony. I just had to put that out there.
There was a time during my training that we never saw one case of syphilis. Okay? It was relatively rare. We were getting very close to getting rid of it, right, Aaliyah? But there's a lot of Black men who sleep with other men, and they don't care. And here's the thing. They don't know what a condom is. They don't care.
Yes, the fuck they do. They just don't want to wear it.
They don't wear it
better
because they don't care about your holes, but they want to stick everything they can there. You're nothing to them, ladies. Nothing. They sleep with men. Okay. All right. And so so you're the only thing out there with you don't know what I'm working with, girl, over here. You keep your legs closed till you find something decent.
Look.
Listen to Aaliyah.
Like, thank you. Please listen to her. That motherfucking girl is a motherfucking epidemiologist. It is what it is. They can call this shit a beef channel all they fucking want to. Say what you want to. Keep talking about the color charts. Keep talking about the femininity. Keep talking about we CNAs. Keep doing. Just keep going. Do you, boo? Right? Everything we said that was coming to pass is going to come to pass. Y'all remember we did motherfuckers get bored when I tell you about the Walmart closings, and I told y'all that they're going to stop delivering in your area. I said that they were going to stop delivering to Black areas, right? All that'll never happen. We'll just do delivery. We'll just do pickup. We'll just really, because FedEx, they said something different. If you live in 39204, y'all know where that is. The place where there's a bunch of niggas, Jackson, right? The same place where this so-called outbreak is, all that good shit. FedEx said they not fucking going due to the number of recent security incidents. What security incidents are they referring to? Well, that was on our last video, with your robbing trucks, with your men out there acting a damn fool, robbing the delivery drivers, whether they got food or groceries or anything from Amazon, that type of shit. They gonna stop bringing, you gonna get redlined again. Mississippi is actually asking for Jim Crow to come back. Huh? Motherfuckers was in my comment section talking about this shit would never happen. We couldn't get 2 lives out the goddamn way before it started being implemented. Get y'all shit together. And I mean quickly. Because I know it seems like you can't tell them what they can't do. Your men don't run this country. Their men do. So you better get in line, because your men will never run this country. You don't want them to, trust me. Okay? They don't know how to build anything. You don't want them running the country. Go with the builders.
Okay, DZ, be honest. Our men run the country.
Yeah.
That part.
Like your husband, my husband. Yeah, those folk run the country.
Yeah.
There you go.
The people who look like them.
Yeah. I got me one. Instead of worrying about all the shit that we talked about tonight, all you can respond with is his dick is pink. Okay. Pinky's up.
Not you cutting up tonight, DZ.
You are cutting up really bad.
Yeah, girl. Another comment that I saw. Y'all gonna laugh y'all ass off at this. The reason DZ ain't been talking about murders is because Black men ain't been murdering people like that. So she deflecting to other shit. Really? Yeah, I guess y'all know where we going next, right?
Oh, Lord.
I can't. Like I told White Powder Donut Dusty, just walk away. All of you, leave us alone. Let's go.
We're alive in Joliet this afternoon. A tragic scene here early yesterday morning. A 24-year-old woman found dead inside of a car. Her 2-year-old baby girl found uninjured, thankfully, in the back seat of that same car. We were supposed to get some sort of update from Joliet police this afternoon, but because of developments and this being a fluid investigation, that press conference actually had to be postponed for the time being. But here is what we know right now. Maya Smith, she's 24 years old. She is going to nursing school. She works at a bank. She's a mom of 1. Again, her baby girl, about 2 years old. She was found inside of her car just after midnight Sunday morning. Neighbors had called in a parking complaint in an alley near Clement Street and Ingalls Avenue. When they arrived, police found Smith with multiple gunshot wounds. She was in the driver's seat. Her toddler was physically fine in the back seat of that car. Still, no one is in custody, but the family hopes that will change soon.
The family is in shock. We're all surprised.
Aren't y'all tired of the shock? They're not shocked. They're not shocked that Black men are doing this stuff. But DZ, they said they have no one in custody. How do you know he's Black? DZ, they don't have anyone in custody. You assuming right now. How you know that man is Black? No one's in custody. Y'all gonna quit fucking with me. That's what you're gonna do. Anyway, I'm not going for this shock narrative. They not shocked. They hard-headed.
Hurt. It's a thing where, all of us are crying and we just wish this didn't happen. It's something that no one should experience because Maya was so beautiful. Maya was a person who loved people. She didn't deserve this at all.
Now that baby girl, only 2 years old, was rushed to a nearby hospital when police officers found that child just to be checked out. She was again physically fine and is now in the care of loving family members. No suspect is in custody tonight as Joliet police continue this investigation. There are numerous developments.
So she was 24. Her Dusty or whatever the fuck he was 48 years old. Why do y'all think they tell baby girls that motherfuckers hit the wall right at 25 so that they can have access to you to do this type of shit, toss you out of their house? There's so many videos, y'all, some of them so violent I can't even show them here. I can't. There's a lot of sex involved and a lot of violence involved. Okay, sorry, not the fuck sorry. Kyra, what you got?
Well, I'm very sorry to this woman who's lost her life and to her family, but yes, you're absolutely right. They say you hit the wall at 25 because because you're easier to groom when you're younger. We know that, and Ebony Phoenix will probably explain this better, your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed until you're 25, meaning your reasoning and thinking isn't fully adult until 25. So they like to get you young. And also, let's be real, a lot of cicadas, they take a pleasure in ruining your life.
They
so
do.
Think about it. They get a young girl and they laden her down with kids and diseases and other types of bullshit. They get a sadistic pleasure on ruining her life and making it harder. And
Another
then
part of that, Kyra, no, you're good. You're a lot more optimistic when you're younger, right? You have a more pleasant view of the world. You're not so leery of people. Your guard is let down easier and they just become monsters on them. I just had to put that out there. Y'all, anybody that's with a black man, I need you to know I'm not jealous of you. You have to know that by now. You have to.
Exactly. Please stop saying that, please. That's why I said what I
Also,
said. Like, girl, nobody want what you got. Go ahead.
nobody. But the thing is, when you're younger, they do take a sadistic pleasure out of basically ruining you. Okay. The more babies he pumps into you, the less opportunities you have, and the less opportunities you have to leave him behind.
Welcome to the panel, Mistress Rogue. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you, ladies?
Fucking amazing.
Hey, now, Aaliyah, I know you took the doctor, you and Ebony and DZ took the medical approach to this, but if you'll allow me, I'll take the legislative approach.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Black people within Niggerville, you all need to start going to your local city council meetings because they're redrawing your districting maps. And in so doing, they're better able to implement legislation that you feel is detrimental to your community, but you guys are not politically active. That is why they redlined you into the cities and now they're going to push your ass into the country. That is why all those Walmarts and Aldis and Littles are closing in those urbanized areas. They're waiting for y'all to get the fuck out and then they'll be back. You see, y'all don't pay attention to the ebb and flow and how things actually work. You operate in the realm of feelings, like people give a fuck about what you feel. I know I don't, and I'm pretty sure the ladies on the panel in the chat don't either, because you don't think ahead. You have no fucking foresight. You are literally out here beating the drum of your oppression about bullshit that you could fix if you would just let go of the naker. I have said it once before, I will say it again. Anytime you look at statistics and a man's relationship likely of failing is 200%, that's greater than the absolute of 100%. Why are you fucking with him? If he makes up the largest demographic of STIs, why are you fucking with him? If he's not educated enough to do a goddamn thing but complain, why are you fucking with him? By all accounts, pussy is too expensive for them. But y'all want to go out there and you want to do Dollar Tree Pussy Day or some shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on with y'all. But y'all really about to feel the pain. That's number one. Number two, segregation is not solely about to happen in Alabama. It's slowly creeping into Mississippi, into Louisiana, and ultimately Texas. You see, they have to do this in inches. And because y'all don't pay attention to shit, now you put yourself in a political fuck all pitfall because you haven't been active enough. And when you are active, you're not legislating or fighting for your own rights, Black women.
Exactly.
That shit on the back, that whole racism shit, that's over. That card has been played. That motherfucker is gone. We burned it up. The card deck not only has 51 extra cards. What the fuck are you going to do with those 51 opportunities? Stop legislating to protect these motherfuckers from all the shit they do, and legislate to protect yourself. Legislate to get testing when you go to the doctor. Legislate to be able to get into these higher education institutes. Stop trying to save people hell bent on their own self-struggle.
Exactly. And see, that's why I brought up the Plan B and the mifepristone. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is shit that's going over Black women's head. You're not paying attention because you want to worry about what the fuck the celebrities doing, and you want to come over here and talk shit to us, and then we have to drag ass, and then we the bullies. But no, if you actually listen to what we're saying, what we've been saying, we're giving you useful information that you can really do something with in the real world. See, just like what Mistress Rowe was just saying, you're not paying attention to legislation. You're not paying attention to the shit that's being passed around you. I'm telling you, the shit that affects your reproductive rights. Okay, this is the shit but they got motherfuckers like this on the loose, running around, spraying his shit every goddamn where, and you have not fought for nothing to be set in place for them to be able to stop doing that bullshit. But they gonna control who you fuck and how you fuck and when you fuck. And if you get pregnant, your ass gonna be forced to deal with it after a while. It don't matter what. It's not gonna matter what state you live in. Let's just be clear on that.
And the white
they're
people
gonna find themselves on the wrong side of the wall. That's just what it is at the end
exactly.
of the day. They find themselves on the wrong side of the wall. We have been telling them forever and ever. And actually today I spent some time watching some very old lives from DZ while I was working. Same message, same thing, over and over and over again. Look, when they look up and they realize they're on the wrong side,
I'm not gonna help. I'm sorry if the shit hits the fan in an exponential way. I'm not helping. I am doing what I have to do right now, right? Because I have time on my hands. Okay, because my motherfucking husband said, "Sit down, stop working. You look tired. Stop it. You're not the same woman that I married. Stop it. It's making you exhausted. Just stay home." So I got some time on my hands. And then with that time, I said, let's go ahead and help some Black women. Okay. Believe it or not, Black women out of every goddamn demographic are my biggest detractors. Ma'ams, you are going to suffer these consequences, not me. So you stand 10 toes down on the shit that you got going on. Stay with that Black man. Stay in the Black community. Keep going for the same shit over and over and over again. I'm talking about you dealing with the same nasty bullshit that your grandma was dealing with. Y'all remember nasty woman's disease? Oh, she dealt with that motherfucking shit too. Keep it up. At the end of the day, that's going to be your food to eat. That's your baby crying. I don't have time for it. And if this society does turn into like a have and have not situation, good luck. Good luck, because y'all like statements like mama made miracles every fucking Thanksgiving. A fucking meal is a miracle? That's the community you come from? What?
And the issue is also Black women, stop trying to bring them with you. It is now save yourself.
Thank you.
The Titanic has hit the iceberg. It's time to put on your life vest, get in the lifeboat, and row the fuck away. And you cannot bring them with you, because that's part of your problem. You try to bring them everywhere with you, and you support them in their degeneracy and their foolishness, and you look guilty by association. You need to leave them on the Titanic to sink. That's what they're
also, these other communities are building a fence around their shit. Yeah. Okay? They're building political fences. They're building economic fences. Mm-hmm. Okay? I bet you Chinatown will have more than one hospital, ladies. Okay? So you got to realize that. They're building all kinds of fences around their stuff because they know what men in the Black community do.
They sure as hell do.
Because I'm just imagining y'all out there with your boots and your bunions marching for some nigga. Your legs start hurting, and then you like, uh-oh. Now you got to go to the people you marching against to say, fix me up so I can go protest against you, motherfucker. Yes, white dude. Yeah, my left knee is hurting. Can you fix me up? Well, what happened, ma'am? I was at a protest. So can you give me some pain medicine and shit so I can get back out there and protest you? Y'all are nuts.
That's all I said. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, but I've been all over the world, and I've told you that I've shared this in Discord. I've shared a little bit here. I have talked to multiple men from multiple countries, largely disproportionately like Europe. And the only consensus I got was Black women and Black girls are always welcome because Black women add to the economy. Black women will work. Black women are more personable. But when you bring the males, you bring destruction. They don't want them there. So like Kyra said, fucking row your boat to kind of motherfucking shores. I don't know why that's so hard for you, sis. Leave his ass out there as shark bait. That's a time honored tradition for them.
And to add to that, if one of your mammy friends or relatives doesn't want to go, leave them on the boat too and row away without her. Look, DZ is kind enough to spend her time putting out this message every Tuesday and Friday for Black women to wake up. But remember, they have free will. So if they choose not to heed the message, let them stay on that ship and you row away. Leave them to sink.
If you got the message and you stayed and something happened to you, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Because the thing
Laugh
is,
at him, DZ.
when you know better, you do better. If you was around here with your hands on your hips, rolling your neck, talking about not all, and then you get caught up in this whirlwind that's coming down the pike because it's coming, right? I'm going to laugh at you. I am, because the shit is funny at this point. Fools are funny to me. They really are. I don't deal with them. But boy, do I get a good goddamn laugh. But DZ, you gonna laugh if a Black woman get fucked up? If she's hungry, her baby's hungry, and she knew the message and had that baby anyway by this nigga, I'm gonna laugh my entire ass off. I won't have anywhere to sit because I won't have an ass. That's how hard I'm gonna laugh at your motherfucking ass. Point blank the fuck period. Dead ass serious.
You know what made me laugh recently? I saw some TikToks about the Mississippi Jim Crow thing, and Black people were like upset and crying about it. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all crying about? Y'all love segregation. Y'all want Black only this, Black own that, blackity black, black, black. So what the fuck is the problem? That's what I want to know. They should be happy.
They want white people stuff and their stuff. White people supposed to share their stuff with them. Black people don't have to share with them. At the same time, they're the children in the community. Because of slavery, white people are supposed to take care of Black people for the rest of eternity, I guess. And I don't give a fuck if the year is 3028. People gonna still be hollering about slavery and this, that, and the third. But they want equal rights, but don't want to have to add to society. I'm just keeping it real with you. That's how they feel.
See, they are afraid that the bed wenches are going to be proven correct again, because the thing is, we have told y'all, you don't have anything. Your men haven't created or built anything for you. They don't produce anything in mass production. As a collective, as a community, you have nothing. So y'all been praying and asking and running your mouth and talking shit about this separation, talk about how evil these folks are. Y'all don't want nothing to do with them. You think you can make it on your own. So fine, when somebody hands your ass the pink slip to release you to say, hey, go do your thing. Now everybody crying. No, you said that you didn't need us, that we was X, Y, and Z, that you was capable of doing this, that, and the third. You on your own. Go make it happen.
They had their construction Timbs laced up, stomping the yard, and they wanted blackity black, black on this and that. So I'm like, not y'all crying.
Exactly.
On TikTok.
They said they didn't want, like the laws, the criminal justice system was unfair and discriminatory. They have sat on their asses and complained and complained and complained. Okay, when people give you what you want, which we've always told you, be careful what you wish for, because I don't think you really know what you're asking for. Because if they turn around and give you what you claiming you want, you really gonna find out how little you have and how little your men have, and exactly what you all have contributed to this country. You're gonna find that shit out the hard way. But can't nobody tell you shit.
They already are, though. Aren't they already finding out? They are. Look, are they not already starting to get what it is they asked for?
Well, no, exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're just gonna make it legally official at that point, and then you're gonna have what they gonna do is create another humanitarian crisis right here in the U.S.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Go ahead, Kyra.
I'm going to use the old school saying I'm sure many of us heard growing up. A hard head makes for a soft ass. And that's where y'all are at right now. Y'all have been hard-headed. You refuse to acknowledge the degeneracy and failures of Black males. You've threw your lot into them over and over again, and now you want everyone else to save you. And my thing is also to piggyback on this, if you keep making the same mistake over and over again, don't expect us to feel sorry for you. Like one pregnancy, fine, that could be an accident, but you keep going back 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. That's not an accident. That is you being willfully ignorant and stupid.
But Kyra, that's the only look. I've long said this about the Black community. If you ask any Black person what they want, they'll tell you. And if you ask them what their plans are to implement such things, you hear crickets. They don't think beyond the end of their fucking noses. They expect, just like DZ said, for white people to take care of them forever. How long do you think you're going to tell these people, fuck you, you racist, you a piece of shit, you enslaved by ancestors, because none of you niggas are slaves. You were born in 1985. What was the name of the slave shit that brought you over here, motherfucker? Not one of you were slaves. Stop that nonsense. You don't get to bite the hand that feeds you and then complain about starving. You wanted to starve. So that's why I'm going to sit back and just laugh my ass off. Y'all want to bring them everywhere knowing damn well they have a history of just being motherfucking destructive no matter where they go. But somehow, oh, he deserves to come along because he suffers so much. Ma'am, do you realize he's the root of your suffering? Do you realize if you let him go and let these people actually help you when they actually have legislation that is pointedly directed at protecting you, they're giving you a hand out because they already see where this shit is going, but y'all don't want that. They have to go everywhere with y'all, like Michael Jackson's pet monkey or some shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all.
And I referenced this on the last live, but I know y'all are very familiar with that book, Sojourner Passport, which is low-key like a must-read in our sector. We were warned 15 years ago about these peace walls, ladies. Well, now they're here. Make sure you're on the right side of the wall. And again, if your mammy friend doesn't want to come with you, leave her where she is. Take care of your shit and get on. And like DZ warned on the last live, social credit is coming in now, so be careful about who you associate with, especially in terms of friends. People low-key can kind of understand that you can't choose who you're related to, but you definitely can choose how much you associate with them, and you can damn sure choose your friends.
Listen, Black folk gonna be in a mess. Let me tell y'all what a legal sentence is to Black folk. Now, if all the shit hits the fan and they ain't got shit and everybody else living their life and their kids are starving, the legalese they're gonna use is, that ain't right. That ain't fair at all. Y'all got all this shit and y'all see these kids out here starving. Didn't you hear? Fuck them kids. You didn't give a fuck because you had them in that situation. There is way too much birth control out here. And on top of that, you had the option to stop fucking them. Ladies, Black men ain't worth a fuck. Okay, you got Black men sitting in a car telling you that they don't like your children, right? When he said that shit, it went over your fucking head, and it's all, yeah, he's telling the truth. At least we know now. But the thing is, with the way y'all out here moving, y'all are still fuck him.
And to add to that, if you think you're going to be able to be saved by the diaspora when shit hits the fan here, let me ask, do you really think you're going to be able to run down to Jamaica, hop a plane over to Nigeria? And moreover, would you really want to?
Girl,
they're doing the same thing there.
It's
even
actually worse. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the social credit thing, Kyra, because see, here's the thing. Furthermore, and I spoke to DZ about this one. When I made the comment a few live streams ago about reclaiming and fixing it, I was not talking about fixing the Black community. I was talking about reclaiming and fixing the Black woman's image, if you care enough to do so. See, this goes back to our discussion on social capital Friday. So I'm hoping that some of you at least cared enough to look that up. That wasn't a word or term I just pulled out of my ass. It's a very real thing. And I've been talking about this since we've been on here going on 3 years now. Your reputation as Black women is everything. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. And ours has suffered tremendously at the hands of these things y'all have been calling men. That's why you have to start there in order to reclaim it. And there's really no way around it. You refuse to address these things y'all call men. You want everyone else to help you represent your image correctly when y'all haven't made these niggas respect anything about you or the Black woman at all. In fact, they've done the opposite. They tried to destroy you. No matter how much people hate us and the way we talk, that doesn't make our message any less true. And we're not going to water it down just to make any of you feel more comfortable. The truth is ugly and harsh. And a lot of you have allowed these things you call men to destroy your image. And that fact has gone unchecked for so long, and it is killing our social capital. That's why I said never let a mammy tell you that your reputation doesn't matter, that respectability politics don't matter, or that being publicly disrespected constantly by grown ass men doesn't matter. All of it absolutely does. This is why everyone else from other communities feel like they have the free agency to be as disrespectful to you as possible, especially when they see that the men y'all birthed and raised don't have an ounce of respect for you, as well as the so-called men you feed, fuck, support, and defend do not have an ounce of respect for you, as evidenced by this damn fool we just saw running his mouth. They don't have any respect for you. And no matter how angry you get about it, you have a part you need to own in that. And the fact that you won't acknowledge it is why none of this will ever be corrected. That's why those of us who have divested and distanced ourselves from the Black collective have made the right choice. When you have these fools running around still saying and talking like, I don't care what the Black man does to me, I'm still going to support him, I'm never going to turn my back on him, I'm always going to choose a Black man every time, and all this bullshit trying to spite us. Baby, meanwhile, they've had no problems not choosing you. And the best argument
Yes.
you've had for that, the best argument they have for that is playing semantics over how many of them did it versus the amount of good unicorns you have. Mind you, these are the same unicorns who let it happen, and they never fought for your honor as Black women either. Your unicorns haven't done shit. In fact, they all told you you weren't owed any protection and to fight for yourselves. And as soon as we tell you how to fight for yourselves, we're the dangerous ones and the terrorists. And when it has been open season on Black women globally for a while now, and Black men and their co-conspirators, their mammies and their bitches, they spearheaded the campaigns that have been aiding in your destruction. But these bitches chose to attack us instead. That's the part that gets me. And this is why I want them to keep us and our talking points the fuck out of their mouths, because you bitches have co-conspired with the Naker and you have made us the enemy. Therefore, there's really no further discussions I care to have with you. And no, I'm not going to be nice about it. I detest you. And that's just that on that. And I'm glad we know where we stand with you.
Y'all got people up here literally have similar situations to what they're talking about in the media. How on earth, if there's a lesson to be taught or a message to be given, if your situation kind of mirrors the situation that you're dragging, you got your nerve. When you accuse motherfuckers of doxing and then you dox, you got your nerve. Not a soul has been doxed over here. Not one soul. I tell you what, ladies, fuck all that goddamn catty shit. On some real shit, you better get out of Blackistan. Hopefully I see you in the divested circles in real life, because this shit is getting real. It's not getting any better. It's getting worse. The economy's getting worse. These neighborhoods are getting worse. Cops are leaving their professions. Fucking teachers are leaving their professions. Nurses are leaving their professions. Ask me how I know, right? Because this is some bullshit. And if you sit up here and stay with a whole bunch of entitled, non-producing motherfuckers, you're going to get the same result that they're going to get. Everyone's getting tired. I hadn't heard the word redlining in so long, except for in the Hotep community. It's coming to mainstream.
Yes.
They literally want you out of their
Gone.
face. They
Gone.
have literally said, we've done everything we can to try to make you whole. Yes, slavery was wrong. Absolutely. You're not going to sit here and tell me that I can't arrest this man, put his arms behind his back. And I might be a little rough, but he fighting back. So I got to get his hands behind his back without you standing up there with your Office Max fucking sign talking about police brutality. They have given so much program after program, housing, right? Food, WIC, shelter, Medicaid, SNAP. They have done it all. And you still standing there in the same situation that Black people were in 10 years after slavery ended. How the fuck did that happen? Why? Because you thought that because it ended, now it's time for white folks to make you whole. But that's as far as it's going to go. They've done everything. Do you know Black men cost this country $50 billion every single year?
$50 billion
Yeah,
plus,
more.
actually.
Yeah, it's more than that.
59.6 billion at recent count to your
They're
PZ.
approaching almost 60 billion.
Yep.
At last tally, yes. I got the paperwork came across my desk earlier. But to your point,
Amazing.
DZ, about the teachers, that y'all need to prepare to be homeschooling because they're about to lay off a lot of teachers. So the ones that aren't quitting are probably going to get laid off, and that's going to create a shortage, specifically younger teachers in more urbanized areas.
Good. I've been
Yes,
looking
they're
forward to
leaving
that.
anyway.
They're
They're leaving
leaving.
anyway.
They're leaving.
I mean,
But they have to do cuts, and those people are going to be gone. So I hope you and Taekwon Davies and Daytron and Megatron and all y'all little motherfuckers know your ABCs because you're going to be teaching them.
ladies
Good.
on the panel, I would like to address one thing. Remember, you guys were talking, in Kyra especially, about, no return policies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want a no return policy on mammies because they're not coming with me.
Yes.
I
Oh, God,
agree.
yes. If
110%
you on the other side of
agree.
the wall, you don't get to come in. I want it to be to the point where it's like, I got to be careful with this, but I want it to be to the point where once you are on that other side of the wall, you cannot marry nor work your way in. I think you kind of hear where I'm going with that, but I would love to see that because if you didn't get it then, I don't believe in I'm hurting now, so I see the light. No, no, no. You see the light because you just don't want to be hurting anymore. I need you to stay with your lesson because that's apparently where you need to be in this lifetime. That's your spiritual lesson for this lifetime.
She
You're done
thinks the
doing
life
shit.
because she can't afford to keep the motherfuckers on. Let's be 100. If you over here, you handling all the bills, let's face it, they don't pay no bills. They think 50-50 is a luxury. I don't know. Because like I've always said, if I give you 100% of my pussy, I'm not paying 50% of the bills. Okay. That's my contribution. You get a whole goddamn prize on your arm, honey. I am the prize. I am the Oscar, the Grammy, the EGOT, any goddamn thing I need to be. I am the prize. But y'all out here letting these motherfuckers think they the prize. When all you bring is dick, disease, distrust, and disgust to the community, how are you a prize?
And another thing that a lot of you mammies are ignoring, cicadas, I know y'all think I'm joking. Cicadas don't mind going to jail. They really have nothing to lose because all they can do is they can go do something, go to jail, get their 3 hots in a cot, education, free health care. They're set. They really don't care about this. They really feel like they have nothing to lose. Whereas you have a lot to lose. You're not really trying to go to jail. Most of y'all are trying to have a productive, peaceful life. You need to leave them to their fate. Frankly, it's been high time that they've been forced to sink or swim. Well, that time is now. Black males need to sink or swim on their own. Let them do it. You say
drown. Let them drown.
They're gonna sink. They're gonna sink. I can promise you that shit. Okay.
It's never gonna happen. It's
You know
never
they
gonna
can't
happen.
swim. They don't know how to swim. They never learned. But
It's always gonna be them somewhere standing back. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to add about the mammies. I'm actually here for the mammies that will stumble upon DZ's message or similar messaging, divestment, and actually wake up and get the fuck on. It's those mammies that are in the space already. They know, they see the exit, they know what they need to do, and they still on some, but my brother, but my coworker, but not all. Yeah, those bitches, that's where the no return policy is for me.
Yeah, bitches.
I don't want any of them returned because here's the thing. It's not like there's a dearth of information out here. It's not like no one knows. It's not like it's not in front of their noses, it's right in front of their faces. Black women are getting terminated.
Be ducking that shit to not know at this point. You really now, if you like Sample just said, if you stumble upon it and you ain't never heard it, by all means, grab a chair and have a seat and let's do this. But if you out here ignoring the fucking fact that these facts they're true, then to hell with you. Go and suffer the fate of the dusty. I mean,
yeah, but what's the likelihood they haven't heard it at this point?
I guess if they like 12 years old and they fixing to turn 18 in a couple years and they stumble upon it, shit. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, I'm going to be sitting up laughing at motherfuckers that do know the message and then sitting out there, can't get a laptop, can't get this, can't get that, sitting up there. And I just, bye. Because you're still sitting up here getting drenched wet when a nigga say, hey, queen. So take your queen ass over there and get treated like the goddamn pauper that you really finna get treated like. Right? Let's do this, y'all. Because this is a mess, too.
Situation in College Park this evening. Police say a man locked his girlfriend and newborn child inside his apartment, leading to a SWAT situation.
Now, both the woman and baby were safely brought out of the apartment by law enforcement. Fox 5's Joy Dukes has more on the charges that man is facing tonight.
Yeah, College Park police say they have reason to believe that that woman and child were locked in that back room for a few days. Well,
that was her apartment, by the way. You know what I just said? You getting locked in your. This shit is happening so much, y'all, that it took me weeks to even get to this goddamn story. You got your apartment, okay, and I'm looking at it. That's a Georgia apartment, so you already know what type of community that is. Those of you that ever came to Georgia know that it's kind of low income, okay? Your apartment that's probably being paid by other motherfuckers. I'll just put it that way. You got put in your closet in your apartment with your newborn because he has no connection to that newborn. He don't give a fuck, as referenced by all these other motherfuckers that say they hate your kids, didn't want the kids, ain't asked to be a daddy. Fortunately, they found her motherfucking ass. Let's go.
This all came to a head Monday afternoon when someone close to the victim called 911. A SWAT standoff inside this College Park apartment complex Monday startled some neighbors as police were called to a hostage situation.
They were knocking at this door and they were concerned. There were police scattered everywhere.
I'm done. Everywhere you look, you can't understand what they saying, or to the base. This motherfucker here, he gets it down to the base. You understand me?
When I looked out of the door.
A College Park PD spokesperson says this man, Jakari Taquan Smith, held his girlfriend and their 3-week-old baby inside their apartment against her will for what may have been days. Shortly after SWAT officers arrived on scene, resident Raheem James says he saw Smith come out of the apartment with the baby in his arms.
When I had finally decided to look, they were bringing a baby out, and I was like, oh, that's sad.
Police say they searched the apartment and found 2 firearms with loaded magazines. They tell Fox 5 the woman showed signs she'd been physically assaulted.
Honestly, I'm very shocked about what happened.
Smith, who was already wanted on a separate...
Now, that's your man. Take a look at him. Now, what about him says father material, says cute, says, producer, builder, protector? Where is the bottom, y'all?
In hell, perhaps?
What is on his nose? Is that the picture? Is that something? Oh, God.
I
don't know. Like somebody burned a cigarette on his nose.
We have already established that bar is underneath hell.
Child. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. In Tartarus, my mistake, lady. I just can't get past some goddamn satellite dishes sticking outside of his head that he called ears. I bet he picking up reception from the NASA space station now.
Is that a Nike sign on his face too?
It looks, it is a Nike sign.
Oh my God.
Ghetto garbage.
I thought that was a mole. It's a Nike sign. Oh no.
Just do it, child. I'm surprised she got a SWAT team. I'm surprised she got a SWAT team though. Shout out to her because with all the mammying and stomping the yard, the police ain't trying to show up these days. So I'm glad she got that and that she got out of there safely. Shoot,
mammies don't understand. They need the fucking police. Mammies, you need the cops because this is the type of motherfuckers you entertain. This motherfucker here was able to get a black woman to convince her to let him move in her apartment. Fuck raw, all right. Chill, kick her ass, hold her hostage, and create a situation. Now, if he's able to do that, who do mammies think fine? Idris Elba, I guess. If this motherfucker can do that, imagine what Idris Elba can do.
Huh? But his ugly ass, I will never understand how they say he was so foreign.
And see, my
he
thing
is an ugly motherfucker. He looking
He is.
When you say it's for a reason, because even with Idris Elba that people rarely talks about, if you want to be so in love with him and think he's the classic gentleman, I guess a lot of people forget the way he talked about K Michelle like a dog. That's why I say it's not one of them you can name that you think is so fucking perfect. When you get to the bottom of this, the fucked up shit they done said, well, Black women are concerned. They've all done it. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Idris Elba dissed the fuck out of K Michelle, a Black woman, a full phenotypically Black woman. He talked shit about her.
And don't forget, whatever his name is, I can't say it right now. He wouldn't even put his own daughter in his movie. So that's another incident. You see, that's the thing. Other communities, they will help their children get a leg up.
They want to get an attack of conscience and want to worry about shit like nepotism and you supposed to work for something when it comes to them, but when it comes to their daughters, but when it comes to them, it's always you supposed to be trying to help a brother out, and we don't look out for each other as Black people and all this other shit. But then when you get in a position where it's time for you to help somebody else, you tell them, "No, go to hell. You better get. I had to do this, that, and the third. You better do this too and get it like I got it." But then, they full of shit. They got picks and choose on who they want to help and when. They'll tell their daughters to go to hell when they get in position to be able to help somebody else. But they forget you used to be in that position yourself, and all you needed was for somebody to give you that one chance before you became who you are. But see, they don't give a fuck. They don't believe in helping nobody. They want all the help in the world, but they ain't finna help nobody do shit.
In fact, actually, it was a Black physician who tried to keep me out of medical school.
What?
Ew.
Yes. I was working in the lab, and he was always, commenting on my figure, and there's just me and another white girl. And we both got different jobs the same day, right? We both quit on the same day because he was abusive, and she hated him. And it took Zaddy. I found out this later. Took Zaddy to go down to the admissions department and say, this is a complete, unabashed lie. This is wrong. And so, that's how I got admitted. Because basically, when he found out, he was mad and basically spread a lie that I was sleeping with my mentor.
See, listen, they need to knock that shit off. I've heard so many stories about Black men getting y'all fired from y'all jobs. If it ain't them working there and telling HR on you, or they coming up to your job acting a whole nigga, right? Showing out, talking about you not texting back or answering your phone, who you fucking on your job and all this shit here. Because don't make no mistake about it, you're the breadwinner. Breadwinner mammies. Y'all are something else. Y'all got strong backs. I'm telling you. I'd have to put one of they motherfucking asses down too. I'm not getting into an altercation with no breadwinning ass mammy.
I know I'm not either. But here's my thing. We're in talking about Idris, whatever the fuck his name, Idris Walrus, whatever the fuck he is this week. We can't negate the fact that Snoop Dogg did the same thing to his daughter. She came to him and said that she wanted to be a singer, and he said her voice fucking sucked. He told her she sucked. She wasn't gonna make it. So she went and got singing lessons. The girl could sing, y'all. She just needed a little training. She's got a beautiful voice if you ever watch her. She went and got voice lessons. She got with professional teachers. She always had a beautiful voice, but that motherfucker told her she wasn't good enough. She sucked and she needed to go back to the drawing board. That's basically who the fuck tells your child that, particularly your daughter. It's already hard enough to be a Black woman out here, but you got to dump on her ass too. But that's just one part of it. Black women forget that Black men are like self-professed Lotharios. Like, when did y'all forget that?
But they've always been like that. They've been like that on every level. Like for my instance, when I needed help getting through college, I had to figure that all out on my own. Yet my stepbrothers and sisters could constantly get bailed out of jail. There was always money for that.
No,
so they
I
make
didn't deal with them whatsoever.
Right.
They always treat the women like shit. Black women don't mean a motherfucking thing in the Black community. You're there for a purpose. You are a comfortable couch to sit on when everybody needs some help, whether your thug brother, your daddy, whoever. They all know that they can come to you because you so desperately want somebody to validate you. That's why anybody can show up to this fucking platform, say what you want to hear, and then here come the purses open, then followed by the legs open. Y'all better be careful with that shit, okay? And don't forget tonight on Patreon that It'll get more in depth tonight when you get on there. But goddamn it, you better stop this shit, because you're gonna end up taking that shit to another community, and you're gonna be right back in the same situation you were in before.
What were you gonna say, Kyra?
I was gonna say about Snoop Dogg. I mean, with all these piss poor singers out here, I mean, his daughter couldn't have done any worse. I mean, damn. But see, he still would not use his position to help her. So even these so-called unicorns or these so-called successful black males, they will not help their own children, their own daughters. Look at Dr. Dre. He has a fully grown daughter who was homeless, living in a damn car. But you know, I guess we should do the mammy thing of judge not lest you be judged.
Fuck all that shit. Ladies, protect your coochie. Let's go.
That victim, just 18 years old, and police say her ordeal started when she got on this 2 train, and the suspect approached her when she got on in Harlem. Police are looking for this man accused of trying to rape an 18-year-old inside
in broad daylight. Y'all, black women say that the media makes them seem like they're just this, predator, sexual predator, and all this shit here. Every time I see one of these stories, the ratio is overwhelmingly naked. I don't know what it is about the naked sex drive, but make no mistake about it, you don't have to be a consenting person for them to get their rocks off. Okay, they don't have power anywhere else. And R-wording somebody is not about sex. It's really not. It's about overpowering somebody. So if wherever they can get just an inch of power, they're going to take it. Mind you, if you got a down and out black man, he feel like the world kicking him in the ass. If he get an erection and upset around you, you better get the fuck away from him. Okay? As a matter of fact, just stay away from them altogether. This motherfucker sitting up here looking like Kanye motherfucking West, walking through. Look, y'all, they still have not found him. Let's keep going. And po baby, she was only 18.
inside a subway car on the southbound 2 train. The man, described to be in his mid-30s, was spotted on MTA surveillance cameras carrying a McDonald's bag and a drink, wearing bright red sneakers and dark clothing.
So if there's an issue that the police are noticing, we can pull up cameras immediately to a particular location.
The MTA transit chief tells me just 2 weeks ago, these cameras are crucial in getting alleged criminals off the streets, and they're working on getting cameras on every subway car by 2025.
We're now at about 330 cameras in our subway cars, and we are in the process.
I appreciate Zaddy's efforts, but no cameras is going to stop that shit either. How many times have y'all been on these channels and these Ring doorbell cameras? You can see them. When you pull up, you can see whether somebody has a camera or not, unless they got it tucked away in a plant or something. That doesn't stop them from doing crime. Y'all in states that are allowed to carry, y'all better carry, because these cameras are not going to stop anything. And the law enforcement can't be around the corner all the time. There's less and less law enforcement out here because, motherfuckers don't want to be sued for police brutality when they were making a simple fucking arrest where Yo Dusty was sitting up there fighting back. That's called resisting arrest. By the way, that's a felony in a lot of states. But make no mistake about it, please protect your goddamn self. I don't care how long you knew this nigga. You don't know when he's going to snap. Did y'all know that several of these people on these stories that we've covered don't have a criminal record? Most black men have a criminal record, but a lot of them didn't have a criminal record before they fucking killed somebody. Okay, so you don't know if you're going to be the first entry on his criminal record. Don't risk that fucking shit. Black men, that's all they have is sex and mouth. Promises, maybe, depending on what they want to get, but they cannot give you anything. They can't. Where are they going to get it from? You want to go down that rabbit hole? If he does get anything, guess where he getting it from?
White Zaddy.
Bam!
Mm-hmm.
That part. So skip the monkey in the middle and go.
Here's the thing, and why you talking about all they got is dick and mouth? They probably sucking dick with that mouth. I do affectionately love to play that game. How many dicks has he sucked? And I'm willing to tell you that all of them sucked at least one. There's something innately wrong with them motherfuckers. Like, if this were ancient Rome and they pulled this shit, did you know they would have skinned these motherfuckers alive, castrated them, covered them in honey, and then buried them with fire ants? But no, y'all out here and y'all fighting these very laws. Right now, Texas is facing like pushback on the law where they chemically castrate sexual predators or people who they might not have raped anybody, but you have proven yourself to be a violent sexual predator or a pervasive one. So the state, the legislature, they can take it upon themselves to have you injected with the chemical that castrates you and basically leaves you impotent. There are women, Black women, who are pushing back against that because they said, and I quote, it is inhumane.
Let's take this from the top, y'all. Let's take it from the top.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with because you're going to be like one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this shit and be like, black men this, black men that, I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
Y'all better take that as gospel, okay? There's nothing else to cover. If you sit up there, y'all, there's going to be a black woman that gives him another baby. You understand that, right? We do not listen. We got hard ass heads. She could have seen the video and don't give a damn, okay? This is what the fuck gets up under my skin. But like I said, when we cover the economy, the syphilis, and all the shit that's coming down here, you are going to be the one responsible for the shit. He already running from you. He told you he running from you. And you running after him, trying to see if you can change him. I see a lot of black women doing that shit, taking on baby daddies and all kinds of shit. What the fuck do you think your end game is going to be? The same thing that's the end game that was for your grandma. Right? The same end game that was for your best friend, your mama, all these mammies that you know, because they were mammies. Okay. This is some bullshit. It is written out in plain English. They don't like you. They don't like your children. Okay. You got that. That alone by itself should make you divest. You don't have to go to another community. Go alone. Go by yourself. Go live your best life. Go do for you. Go do whatever it is that makes you a better person. But for God's sakes, please leave these niggas alone. Huh? I don't mean to play this, y'all, but I find it very deep. And it goes along with what the black community has going on.
Training fleas requires a glass jar with a lid. The fleas are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behaviour is now set for the rest of their lives.
That part. Your behavior needs to change. Your grandma didn't have any success with it. Nobody she knew had any success with it. You tried to go along to get along, and it got you fucked. Okay? An ass without any lube, and nobody's apologizing to you. So fuck how we deliver it or whatever. Get your shit and go the fuck on. Or option B, stay there and bitch, just fuck off. Leave us alone. Anybody got anything before I go to Discord?
No, I think
No, I'm good.
All right. See y'all next time.
Bye.
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 Thank you.